It is time to make the sound to summon the stream. Greetings, dear viewers. I'm Quill Quickcard, and welcome back to Mindustry, where today we are going to be continuing in our goal to complete all the named sectors, but, heading into the Desolate Rift. Hello, Original Golden, welcome to the stream. I do have a couple of warnings before we get into this today. First of all, I am not what you would call good at this game, so if bad Mindustry gameplay hurts you, this will cause you pain. Second, I haven't eaten anything today, so I will be nibbling at my dinner throughout, when I'm able. Anyway, this sector is ready for launch. So let's head out and see what we're doing. Threat level extreme, but at least there's no enemy base. And we're going to take all of our storage. Okay. Before we get going, let's get a few things started where I always lose my starter. I always lose my starter power, yes. Okay. Well, no wonder I always lose my starter power. For some reason, it includes 2 of those in it. Let's scout the level. There's a vault up here. Oh, this is a very linear map. Interesting. A centralized conveyor network? You can't call yourself Batman. I do have some skills. I am not staggeringly incompetent, but I am definitely mildly incompetent. And let's grab all this. We'll just call that starter power. Oh, wait, they weren't vaults. They were batteries. Wow, it's been a while since I played. Alright, so there's only 18... only 18 waves. By the way, place 1 unloader and 4 RTGs around it. It's the smallest and most basic schematic. I could do that, but that would eat up a lot of room that I might need to feed into... Yeah, it might eat up a lot of room that I might need to feed into my... core. Much smaller than your current, huh? Although, kind of inefficient. You see, the problem with that is that it sounds like if I did that, it would be more efficient than what I'm doing. And as we have established, I'm not about that. Next thing we want to do real quick, we're going to take a stop back at the central distribution network and alter so that all of the output is now going to the Desolate Rift. So that should work. We'll just wait for a couple launches. Good. We know that stuff is on its way. Desolate Rift, let's go. So I would assume that I'm going to be facing some rather substantial challenges today. I could go specters with graphite or specters with thorium. God, it really has just been too long since I played this. Because the graphite just takes coal, which I don't have a great deal of. There is coal here. This might be the best place to set up a defense. Until I get the coal going, we'll just feed some thorium into a couple of specters. That should be fine. And a nice little router. Oh, nope, that's the wrong thing. There we go, right in there. The specters will do better with water. So I could just randomly put a couple water extractors next to them. Why the hell not? And then a few power nodes. We really just need enough to get it started and to handle the first few waves. That should be okay. And then a Mind projector and a few walls. So I think the plastaniums are able to absorb lasers and electric arcs. So we'll just go like that. There we go. Also place while specters die very quickly. Also, you have heat on this sector. That's free power, right? Do I? Where the hell can I tell? Like, I have these thermal generators and... Oh. This is heat? Yeah, I've wondered forever what the hell these things are. Nothing comes up on them. There is no indication whatsoever. Thank you for letting me know. Once again, I feel that this game's UI has failed to tell me unbelievably critical information. Oh, dear God. Hello, Red Eagle. Well, good news. I'll actually have power. How do these things work? 108 units per second. That should be fine. Let's get the thorium flowing first. My God. I get that this game has, like, a limited development team. I get that. I respect it. You know, I appreciate it. But, dear God, there are some exceedingly crucial things that this game's UI does not tell you. Alright, we just got our next surge in. Just really want these things to be up and running. My god. I've wondered what the hell this yellow crap was forever. I assumed it was some kind of, like, weird growth or something. I had no idea what the hell it was. Yes, I know polys will let me build faster. I'm a little laid back here just because, well, one, actually, yeah, put a second mint projector. This will be fine. We can get the polys going once I have my initial defenses up. I had over 3 minutes to get this set up. I didn't need to prioritize the polys off the bat to make sure that I had some kind of a defense. Okay, but now that those are running, go. Where are you? You're in here somewhere. There we go. Here's my better mono line. I think you're gonna face the Almighty on that sector. I don't know what you are trying to communicate. I don't know what that is. I do not know of anything called the Almighty. I don't know what you are referring to. Alright. We can get a whole bunch of extra power up and running. The Toxipid, the Almighty, that doesn't help me. This is about as helpful as if I told you that today while I was playing Modica Magica, Magia, etc., I was finally able to get past the point where I was stuck in nightmare mode on the sandbox switch. And it turned out that the real trick was using the girl that I pulled last night, Kirika, so that I was able to run a double defender line, and then we dropped enough barriers. When you use a lot of in terms, it becomes very hard to know what anything is. Oh yeah, I should clarify. I gladly welcome any and all spoilers and information. Because again, I am exceedingly incompetent at this game, and quite frankly, I need all the help I can get. As my incredibly efficient building techniques obviously show. Yeah, that's fine. How much power do the water extractors use? 90 per second? Whatever. Okay, that will get supplies going. Toxipid is a tier 5 from the Caller Branch. It's the strongest unit in-game to this day. Stronger... Okay. So, it sounds to me like what I should do eventually is the same thing I did on an earlier sector where I build 4 shadows super far back and bring them their ammo toward the end of the level. That should do it. So now let's get the graphite going. Wait, no. Graphite was like a less good. Yeah, I've literally already got no. See that yellow tower next to the foreshadow? The cyclone? That's the best tower in the game. Would this actually be able to put out more damage? The reason I use the foreshadow is primarily because of its range. If I have enough stuff here for the enemy's like super units to focus on, then the foreshadows can get a crap load of attacks off on them. even if theoretically the Cyclone can put out more damage, it's far more likely to get destroyed much more quickly. It does look like I would end up preferring the graphite. I don't know. What does ammo multiplier mean? Like, I'm kind of realizing that ammo multiplier, I have always assumed means a multiplier to damage. But I've also learned not to take things from this UI at face value. Graphite's best? Okay. So 1 graphite's good for 4 shots then. That sounds like a nice, good ratio. And there. Okay. Cool. Let's make sure the okay, we are getting that built. So we have our first poly. We're gonna need more power. Thank you. Alright, you go ahead and work on that. I need to see what's going on here. Ah, okay. Alright, excellent. Alright, let's feed some thorium back home. Why not give water to the drills? I have. I've built water extractors right next to them. See, they're doing fine. They love this. Okay, why are you not receiving... How are you not receiving coal? How is that possible? How? Yeah, dark sand. But I am not... Factory can shove graphite to distributor. I can clog all... Oh, is that what they're doing? They're outputting into it? We can make that work. You're all being very helpful, and I definitely appreciate it. It's just a shame that I am incapable of acting on any of your useful suggestions. Okay. Alright, that's not it. It's still getting sand. Okay. God damn it. Yeah. So it is just the 1 graphite that got in there, ruining this whole process. Okay, that's fine. And we can get rid of all that. Okay, so that should be sufficient. But clearly we're going to need more. There's a lot of titanium here. Who will make good use of titanium? Fuses... a little too short range for that. Not much I can do with just the titanium, which is unfortunate. How's the power system? Okay, power is fine. Honestly, let's just throw out some Lancers for now. At least it's something. I am concerned about air units, though. I don't know... if I'm going to have to worry about that on this stage. But we can feed some... feed some lead into them, and at least I'll have some basic air defenses. Is there really no better option for lead? Because that kind of sucks. I thought I saw some lead deposits down here. Yes, but they are not very good. So this probably is, unfortunately, about the best I'm going to be able to do for lead production. Oh well. Thank you, Pollies. I appreciate that. Mine the scrap, mine the scrap, mine the scrap. Mine the scrap. You do say a lot of good stuff about the cyclones. Let's see. Plastanium seems like it would be the best option for those. Ah, yep. Yep, okay. Good thing I built those. We are definitely going to need more... No. We are not having that happen. I hate fires. Let's get a tsunami up so it can help with the fires. We'll just put a few of them around here. A couple water extractors. Power is not going to be a problem, at least. If I do go for the cyclones, I could feed... I could feed plastanium lines into it. I should be getting enough... There we go. All of you are going to be on assist mode. Thank you. And start disabling that. Let's send up the plastanium. Woo. All the way up here. And then a router. And some plastanium into here. And some more going up into here. Boop and boop. Okay, cool. This will probably work. I'm sure it's fine. Yes, I know I could mine the scrap, but I have enough material that's being delivered to me from my central distribution network that I don't really need to worry too much about making this area independently self-sufficient. There we go. Okay. Also, you clogged the cyclone with coal. Ah, yes I did. That's fine. It's an easy fix. There we go. Okay. We should be fine now. Another mend projector or two. Probably fine. Power supplies. We've still got plenty of power, honestly. Yeah, we're fine on power. Cyclone is only good when you give it expensive one, plastanium, a surge alloy. Surge isn't expensive. It is when I'm planning to handle the tier 5s that you say are going to come at the end of the level using my 4 shadows. I need every bit of surge alloy I can hold on to. Okay. Good. Not everyone makes launch platform. Yeah. And if I was reading correctly, on the next big update, which I am not running, I understand that you basically have to build a thing in order to receive stuff from other sectors, which does not sound good. And I just remembered, yeah, we need okay, we need more anti-air. Salvos can target air, and they do good with thorium. Alright. Salvo. Salvo, 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 salvo. Change direction. From now on, you all feed this thing. And get rid of all that. And then we can go ahead and copy that design once it gets full. We should be okay on the plastanium. Yeah, I could do this without launch pads, certainly. They're not necessary. But they do make my life easier, and I am a very lazy man. Okay, let's put another one here. And another one here. Okay. And put down a distributor. Whoop. And you can go out here and into there. And then we are definitely going to need more thorium on the lines. That should be fine. Okay. There we go. We've got my salvo network. Definitely not the most efficient thing I've been doing. Oh my god, how? That's how it's outputting onto the line. Okay. Okay, now I see it. There we go. And get rid of all the graphite. Okay. This one... I shouldn't have anything that's able to... Are they outputting into the distributor? Is that what's going on? Yeah, okay. They are outputting into the distributor. God damn it. Okay. There. Nope. Okay. Go like that, 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 go like that. And go like that. There we go. Much better. Yeah. Just clear all the graphite out of your system. Okay. Now we're cooking. Yeah, I know. It's... Oh my god. I thought I had specifically made sure to connect you. Yeah, this should be fine. So we're going to need a lot more material to build our foreshadows. Particularly copper. There we go. Yeah, we'll be alright. I'm going to build like 3 or 4 foreshadows. And I basically want them here. So I'm just going to put a duo here so I can use it as a marker for later. That should be okay. Surge alloy continues to come in. Copper is slowly being built. Go ahead and get rid of all that. We don't need it. And we're still running a massive power surplus, which is good. Alright, let's build our first foreshadow here. Good work, my polys. Ooh, yeah, that's a big boy. Okay. Okay, that's all holding up. That's all holding up really well. Okay, good. Very good. I am very pleased with that outcome. Okay. And another foreshadow. When it gets really, really bad, that is when I will activate my foreshadows. But that doesn't mean that we can't start to prepare. Hey, come on. There we go. Oh my god. Come on. There you go. That'll be fine. Ah, right. Liquid coolant. You are absolutely correct. They need... honestly, water's fine. Although I do have enough titanium lying around. Yeah, we could go with an impulse pump. We could go with 2 impulse pumps. There we go. And then we would need some titanium. Very good. Doing cryofluid is always such a pain in the ass. Because you can put out 12 a second. How much does the water extractor put out? It's 6 per second. Honestly, going cryofluid is just going to be too much of a hassle that I just don't want to deal with today. We're just going to go with the pulse conduit into a liquid tank. That's just going to make my day a lot easier. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. And then we'll just run another couple impulse pumps so that we can definitely have enough. Okay. Very good. Alright, that should work. Listen to me real quick. Place 5 in a row. Place a live titanium 3 blocks away, add routers that go into the thing, and then a water line 4 blocks away, then routers and uses bridges to get over and past the titanium. I genuinely not cried more. That's a lot of words. That sounds complicated. This seems much more simple. I've never cried more because of a game. I did warn you. I specifically opened this stream with an explicit warning. Guardian approaching in 10 waves. Yes, I know. Pulse conduit into there. It is not necessary to be at absolute maximum efficiency. It is enough to be moderately efficient if it is still going to be effective. Okay, they are receiving. Let's see how we are going. Oh, well. Are you saying you don't want me to use my cryofluid schematic? Which looks like this? I could put this down if you want me to build some cryofluid. If it'll help. But I have a feeling that if I click to place this, you're just going to cry more. Do 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 do. Okay. It's gonna be fine. Don't worry. Everything's gonna be okay. So now, what I really want to do is start building... Hold on. You said it was the last thing in the crawler line. Toxipid fires large electric cluster shells and piercing lasers at enemy targets. Okay. So this is going to be a matter of piercing lasers. So I can just throw out a bunch of plastic walls to protect my foreshadows. And then back those up with a bunch of thorium walls. Also, it's bulk and one-shot Mendered plastanium walls. Yeah, don't worry. It's all going to be backed up by titanium. Or I could go with phase walls, but I doubt it would be able to reflect the bullets of a tier 5 unit. Huh. Well, that worked. Alright, let's repair everything. Yeah, I think we're good. Alright, more walls, just arrange walls haphazardly. God knows we've got the thorium for it. I think we'll be okay. Yeah. I think it will be okay. And then we'll just lay a bunch of mend projectors around. Here we go. Just a whole bunch of these guys to try and keep things up and repaired and functioning. Ah, I am out of lead. Okay. Well, fortunately, there was some lead down here, so it's going to be fine. Nope, don't do that. Alright. Just some basic... Just a little bit of lead. We'll be fine. There we go. I think you need mono than anything else. You know, honestly, you are right. Yeah, we'll just get the monos going. There we go. Oh my god, just stop the unloader. Thank you. Alright, lead. There we go. We'll be fine. So, what's going up there? Oh, yeah, I was building mend projectors. Ah, whatever. It'll be fine. It will all be fine. This level is not extreme enough that it requires the full extent of my focus. Yet. Cool. Now... Nah. I'll be fine. I don't really need the materials from the scrap to do this. I'll survive okay. Good job, Monos. So, what are we up against in the current waves? Just a bunch of shieldy boys. That's fine. Shieldy boys aren't a problem. I can deal with shieldy boys. See, we're fine. No problems at all. Honestly, I'm feeling secure enough that I'm just going to go ahead and advance the wave. Ooh, 2 enemies. Okay, that's going to be rough. Okay. Yeah, it's, I can't differentiate them, honestly. I can't even tell if those are the tier 4s or the, you know what? We'll be fine on this one. I'm not worried about this one. I really don't think those are rains. They don't look big enough to be rains. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure these are T4s, not the T5. Yeah, we're fine. He took out one wall. He took out one piece of wall. 2 tier 4s took out one piece of wall. That is completely manageable. Let's have a vault ready just to hold extra ammo, as well as a vault for the plastanium as well. That should be fine. Yeah, go ahead and bring the next one. 8 enemies left. You need unloadery. Unloaders. Oh, right. Yes, I do. Thank you. I forgot. There we go. Yeah, just unload whatever's in you. It'll be fine. There we go. Unloader. And these ones, we can build the unloaders as soon as we are ready. Alright, do we have flyers? Oh, this one is screwed. Yeah, they got nothing. There we go. That was easy. No damage done. I very much appreciate the help you're giving me. I truly do. Even if it seems like I'm pointedly ignoring suggestions. And let's be honest, there are several that I am. Just ignoring. Even given that, I do genuinely and really appreciate the help. Oh, that's the wrong button. Cool. After the next wave... You know what? Yeah, let's not be risky. Let's activate the foreshadows. You are not receiving Surge Alloy. You have Plastanium on your line. How do you have Plastanium on your line? And why is it just that one? That's weird. That must have been a glitch from the creation, unless there's somewhere that the lines are getting crossed. Yes. They are getting crossed right here. There we go. Nice little bit of troubleshooting. Alright, bring on the next. Show me what you dare bring to this fight. Mm-hmm. No, I have found this game to be tremendously non-buggy. Like, this game is absolutely solid. However, that being said, I really do think it has some issues with the UI not telling you very important information. Okay, distributor. Okay. And some extra pulse conduit. Honestly, let's just have a conduit go from here to another tank. There. Okay, that's not getting water in there. Okay, water is in there now. Water is in there. And water, water, water. Alright, they've all got water. And let's go with an unloader. It has tip UI, but it's too silent, almost no one notices. Yeah, okay. I'm actually gonna pause here for a second. First of all, because like I haven't even had the stream active for an hour, and assuming this works, it's going to be over in a couple minutes. But also because I really need to eat some more of my dinner here. But I will tell you my number one issue. My number one issue with this game's UI, okay? So, there are several levels where new buildings that you haven't seen before, are on the map and available for you to repair and use. And some of the earlier levels very much seem to be designed around you utilizing or learning from these derelict structures. Here is my problem. You cannot check what those things do. You can't. I eventually learned that if you go over and hover over a thing and press F1, it brings up the tooltip for that thing. It brings up the information on it. You can research them, yes. But that is my problem. Until you research it, like if it is something that you can only research after you beat that level, until you research it, the F1 to bring up information does not work. That means that on a lot of stages, you're supposed to research it, then find out what it does. Yes, but there are levels where they have these things, where you could repair them and utilize them. It's absurd. It is absurd. If the level is going to have things, yeah, it's lore, then don't make it repairable. There are so many ways you can bypass that. There are so many ways to avoid that issue. I have on multiple occasions been on a level and disassembled stuff that, like, I had no idea how to use because I can't see its information. And chat will be like, no, don't take it apart, use it. And I don't know how. I don't know what its input is. I don't know what it needs. I don't know how much power it consumes. I don't know its function. So there's no reason for it to be there. It is nothing more than scrap to me. We can teach you. Yes, you can. But not everyone playing this game is going to have a chat that can explain us. That can explain it. That's my problem. Like, there are some levels where genuinely I only realized after the level was over that the level intended me to use derelict structures that were already on the map. But I couldn't because I had no way of accessing the information on how to use them. And that's really just a highly questionable piece of game design, in my opinion. Okay, I said my piece. That was my biggest issue with the UI. You don't need to use there. Yes, correct. I know that you don't need to use the derelicts to beat basically any level in the whole game. And I know that because I didn't. Because I had no idea what the hell they did. I'm just saying that is an area where it really should have worked. Like, if I have a building, if I've repaired a derelict, it is now in a functional state, I should be able to go over it, press F1, and see the information of that structure, even if I have not yet researched it. That is all I'm asking, is that if I repair a derelict, I should be able to bring up this info screen for that building, regardless of if I've researched it or not. That one change. And this problem doesn't exist anymore. Also, we are about to find out. I'm not going to blame anyone. I'm just going to express that. Okay. The time has come. It's all up to the foreshadows now. It's all about how quickly can the foreshadows beat this. Okay, what was my command to my command? Nope, that's respawn. What's my command to free cam? View pan view. Okay. Where mouse forward. What? Mouse forward. Okay, here we go. Alright, let's take a look at this. If my force shadow strategy is correct, this should be actually pretty simple. But there's also the distinct possibility that it won't be. Oh dear God, it's backed by 3 tier 4s. Okay, that I did not actually count on. This I may actually lose. My preparations may have been completely insufficient. Here come the foreshadows. Oh no, it's toast. Okay, well, that was honestly pretty easy. It literally didn't even get as far as my Lancer line. And that is why I use the foreshadows. Cool. Alright. That went well. Oh. Oh. Okay, apparently the next one is Planetary Launch Terminal. Which I guess I've already done? Did I already do the Planetary Launch Terminal? Did I just accidentally clear the last named sector? I think I may have just accidentally cleared the last named sector. Okay, no, I didn't. Why does it show it completed? Oh, research done, not sector done. Okay. So that is going to be isn't the planetary launch, or isn't the planetary whatever it is, isn't that the last sector, the last named sector in the game, I think? It is last. Okay. So, my plan was to finish my series on Mindustry after I capture the last named sector. And the last named sector is indeed upcoming. So, I don't really care too much about holding on to all the stuff here. Just get rid of all my various unloaders. That's fine. Honestly, even the thorium ones I really don't need right now. Next plan is to send all of my materials back home. So I have learned from experience that 4 unloaders are enough to supply 4 launch pads at pretty much peak efficiency. There we go. And we're just going to have all of my launch pads send the stuff back to my central distribution hub. Okay. There we go. Come on. And now we just need a little bit more power. And alright, everybody, send your supplies off to central distribution. There we go. Or was it 4 unloaders for 8? It might have been 4 unloaders for 8. Whatever. It'll be fine, as long as it unloads. I'm not terribly worried about having to, like, hold territory or anything. Alright, well, I think that's going to be it for today's stream. Kind of short, I know, but, I mean, I did just work a full 8-hour shift, and I do still need to eat. And the next stream will be the final one I do for Mindustry. Assuming that I am capable of taking out the planetary launch terminal, which is going to be painful. Thank you both so much for being here. Thank you, Original Golden. Thank you, Red. I'm really glad you guys were here. Chat was actually very lively tonight, and I really do appreciate that. That's always fun. If you're feeling masochistic, you can feel welcome to check out some of my other Mindustry videos. They are significantly more atrocious and offensive than this one. I swear. My builds are the thing of nightmares. And, yeah, I think that's it. I'm hungry now. So, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all on the next one, and it is time to make the sound to summon the end of the stream. Wow, 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 wow.